Do you remember the first time you tasted a new meal? Remember how cautious and uncertain you were about the taste? You recall every spice and texture of the meal because it feels alien to your taste buds. Our lives pretty much follow this pattern. As kids, we are adventurous, carefree, and daring. We are taken in by the expanse of our world and curious about how everything came about. This is because the world was all new and exciting to us as kids. As we grow older, however, life pressure takes a toll on our imaginative and creative energies, and we settle for a more subdued and conventional way of processing and interpreting the world around us. For this video, we would refer to this as our conventional mind. Studies show that everyone who stood out in their field of endeavors, or masters as we like to refer to them, retained great levels of their childlike curiosity and adventure, something we would like to refer to as the original mind. If you feel bad after watching up to this point, don't club yourself over the head just yet. We will go through 3 cardinal steps that can help you regain your creative energy to fulfill your life task or any other endeavor that you set your heart to fulfill. One of the most important things you need to grasp is this. To retain your creative energy, you must make a transition from your conventional mind to a dimensional mind. Confused? Don't be. I will walk you through this transition. For starters, the dimensional mind is basically made up of our original mind and our discipline to remain focused. Unlike the child's mind that just stands in awe of everything and doesn't result in any creativity, the dimensional mind adds our childlike curiosity to a high and precise knowledge of our field of interest, as well as an openness to try out this knowledge. To successfully create a dimensional mind, there are 3 levels to it. 1. Choosing the creative task. This is a very important step to carefully consider because it determines your outcome. Everyone is wired differently, and this wiring is to help us be at our best when solving our life tasks. If Bill Gates had done something other than software and coding, we might never had the privilege of experiencing Microsoft. Sometimes you might find something closely related to your passion. A gifted screenwriter, for instance, might attempt to try out directing a movie, but do poorly because his inherent skills are centered around penning down masterpieces. Choosing your creative task requires lots of hours, a healthy obsession, experimentation, and a dedicated pursuit of knowledge. You must also remain focused at this point because a number of your experiments may turn out poorly. However, if you successfully choose your creative task, it gets quite easy from that point on. 2. Permitting your mind to roam through creative strategies. Staying focused on a particular course has its side effects. For one, you can give in to discouragement when you do not see immediate results. So permit your mind to enjoy flexibility even when you are out deploying strategies over your chosen task. It is on record that although Albert Einstein had several theories available to him during his time, he spent as much as 10 years contemplating the theory and possibility of the time-space continuum. Such extended room for choosing related alternatives eventually gave him the scientific breakthrough that he sought. In essence, you need to understand that the universe is huge and not entirely comprehensible. So give room for your strategies or contemplations to be tested on all fronts. The need for certainty is the greatest disease. Another way is to alternate your mind muscle through the current. The current is a dialogue between our thoughts and the reality on the ground. This means that you must go beyond your ideas to create a prototype of some sort, and then study the reactions of the potential users or consumers of the product or idea. Usually you would experience some feedback, positive and negative. Work on the defects and relaunch. That way you already know what not to do, and it helps to keep your creative energy intact. This may be what Thomas Edison meant when he asked how he felt after failing 999 times before he made the electric bulb. In his response he said, "I did not fail 999 times. I only discovered 999 ways how not to make the electric bulb." 3. Creating the optimum mental condition for a breakthrough. If you ever came across a drowning man, experts advise that you do not rush in to save the person, as he might pull you under because of his desperation at the time. When he has given up struggling to stay afloat, then you can dive in and pull him to safety much more easily. A lot of times we experience our eureka moments when we are just about to throw in the towel. Almost all masters had this moment when they had practically given up, and just as they decided to take a break from their pursuit, the elusive breakthrough came to them. Almost sounds like the biblical advice to the nation of Israel from God. Be still and know that I am the Lord. Albert Einstein was tired and on the verge of giving up on the concept of relativity after 10 years when the connection to all of his postulations came to him. You might also consider setting a timeline to achieve a particular goal. This helps to stretch your mind and makes it produce all possible solutions to the task at hand. There you have the 3 steps to take if you want to fully deploy your creative energy. Remember, however, that developing a habit of success in all of these is the most important skill to have. But how are the habits formed and sustained? We just might have a thing or two to say about that in our next video. Thank you.